What up? What it do? How you doing? What's going on this wet Monday? Yeah, Mad Monday with the OG, and I'm your host, OG, Mr. Sam, Mr. White, the bad guy in the building. Getting at y'all to start the week off with a couple of things. Um, and I'm just gonna, you know, it's off the top, man. Off the top. Um, I have a mindful thought that sometimes you should take a step back and think before you speak. Um, you know, it's you got to be satisfied with something with some time in your life. You know what I mean? I mean, you beg, pride, piss, shit, and moan about, what I'm saying, wanting, needing, and wishing, what I'm saying, for a defense. And Terry go out here and accumulate all kinds of talent, and you you cry about a pick that was used to get one of the weapons that we have. You cry or you complain about Grady not being here and we keeping Ayamata. Um, you cry um about not going after Michael Parsons. Um, I don't, we don't we don't have 41 to 45 million dollars a year to throw away on a guy that's probably going to miss 3 to 4 games and is really, and has a tendency to disappear in big moments of a game. I'm not saying that Parsons isn't a good player, you know what I'm saying, but there he has some flawed tendencies. And, and y'all want us to give away the house and the kids, the car, and the garage. Y'all want us to give all that away for a guy that, I mean, is probably not a schematic fit on our defense. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's not TJ. Thank you, buddy. He's not TJ Watts. Okay. Just keeping it plain and simple. But that's just my opening thoughts. Hey Sonya, how you doing? Just to get this thing open and started. Now, I've came up with this first topic because I've been seeing a lot of this over Facebook and over X. And some of y'all just need to stop it. Because if you ain't seen, I know, y'all, I know, if you haven't seen, I did drop a short on this, but I felt the need to make it a topic just to, get some clarity. I wouldn't care if Kirk Counsell Cousins threw 5 touchdowns every day. And Penix threw 3-4 interceptions every day. Kirk Cousins is not about to get the motherfucker that got them ruined our season, threw away our season on last year, being selfish and is gone out here in front of every microphone that he gets in front of and trying to throw the organization under the fucking bus. There is no way in God's green earth that he would get any burn, any chance to start on this team ever again. And I mean ever, never, ever. I wouldn't care if all the rest of the quarterbacks on the team got hurt. Damn it, Cool will go out there before at quarterback before his ass will. I mean, just y'all like him and talking this foolishness. He keep doing what he's doing. There's going to be some quarterback country. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. And to be, and I was just having this conversation. I would feel some kind of way if Penix wasn't making mistakes. You know what I'm saying? If he hadn't struggled, in the red zone and in certain situations, you know what I'm saying, that the defense started, because that would tell me that our defense ain't doing their job. See, a lot of y'all can't see, you know what I'm saying, your hand in front of your face, which is 3 inches above your ass crack, with some of the shit you come out your faces and hit send on. I want him to make these mistakes in camp, in practice. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that Albright is throwing the house at Penix. And you know what I'm saying? He's making these mistakes. He's having these certain particular struggles, but there's a learning curve. There's a learning curve, and they're correcting him, and he's not making the same mistakes, over and over. Him struggling against our defense is telling me two things. Okay, he's learning new shit, and our defense is doing some things. Our defense is handling a business. Because if he was just going out there ripping our defense apart, I'd be like, okay, no, we finna start another year with a ragged ass defense. No. For the life of me, I'm not understanding why people are not seeing that. You know what I mean? I mean, because like on last season, those three games last season, I saw where I'm saying there were 3 times where he made a bad throw, but he went back to that same route and threw the ball where it was supposed to be. He it came up on a situation where instead of trying to force something, he took off for a little 10 yards and understand, okay, everybody's covered, let me go do this. You want your quarterback to have adverse situations in camp, in practice. So those would be the things that he could work on. You know what I'm saying? To get better at. You got folks out here. Kirk Cousins is doing something. Kirk Cousins is auditioning to be elsewhere, if not to fucking retire. Okay, just trust and believe. There is not, and will not be a quarterback controversy. Michael Penix Jr. is QB1. Understand that? QB1. Mon D, what's happening? Hey, Sonya. How you doing? Again, just saying, Mr. Knight, how you doing? Good to have you in there. That conversation over the last 48 hours that's been, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh. Let me see. Uh, man, I don't know what's going on. I wonder why my peoples ain't in here. But yeah, we're we're having a situation. I mean, where you want your quarterback to you know go through these things. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, you want the you want your quarterback to go through, you know what I'm saying, think those adversities in practice, in camp, you know, instead of making those small type mistakes, in the regular season. You have it down pat. I mean, by the time we get to regular season, he has everything down pat. But to sit out here and try to drum up drama and say there's a quarterback controversy, it is not.
Mm-mm.
It is not.
You know how they do. They're trying to start up drama. They do it every year.
And yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? And I've just been saying that about the defense has been winning the off season. You know what I
Uh huh.
mean? And which is and you want that. They're saying iron sharp as iron, right? So
Yep.
you want your defense giving your offense fits.
Yeah.
You want that. You know, and everybody all over the top. Kurt threw 3 touchdowns and blah blah blah. So
That don't mean jack.
you think after what this motherfucker has did over this off season, and everybody, some people are like, well, he's been a consummate professional. Blah, blah. Oh,
Yeah.
what else is he gonna do?
Exactly.
Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
that would be the smart thing to have your ass in camp instead of somewhere pouting. I mean, but even though you did all your pouting, you know what I'm saying, in front of every microphone that you got in front of, you know what I'm saying, over the course of these, the Netflix thing, and during the playoffs and all of those shit, and then being on ESPN, NFL Live and on First Take, pretty messy.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all really think they gonna let this motherfucker come in here and get it and get some kind of burn? Nah.
Nope. No, sir. He said, "Why is
He
Kurt
said,
playing?"
why is Kurt not playing in the game on Friday? I don't care if something goes wrong with him. Well, you're gonna have the two youngins. You're
Yeah.
gonna see the two youngins,
Ethan Stick
Stick and the other kid
and
to start with, is because basically this game here is about the twos and the threes
oh,
and
this
depth chart. You know what I'm saying? Placing
Emory
Ghost
Jones.
Peppers. What's happening, man? What's good? What's good? Western? Nice to see you.
Emory Jones, number 11.
Yeah. Henry Jones and Easton Stick are gonna get burned. You know what I'm saying at the QB position.
Don't
You know what I'm saying on Friday.
so you
Um.
don't think Nick Nash don't touch the field? No.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Unless they have it in where he's, you know what I'm saying, or one of the top four. If he's one of the top four, I would be highly surprised to
Yeah.
see him.
You notice, ain't nobody talked about Casey Washington lately.
Well, yeah, he's getting it. I'm looking to see Casey. Hold on for a second. Hold on. I'm looking to see Casey. I'm looking to see Quincy Skinner. I know you're probably gonna see a lot of Kader Hodge,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't expect to see Drake. I don't expect to
Nope.
see Mooney. You could probably gonna see Agnew, you know what I'm saying, get some burn.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know what I'm saying, and like I said, unless they got Nas touted in a top four,
Mm-hmm.
but then they brought in DJ Chalk, who's shown up pretty well. He's a veteran.
So,
Um,
so won't be playing at all, huh?
um, I think Chalk might get some snaps. Chalk may get some snaps.
Yeah, don't forget him and Eastern Stick got chemistry, by the way.
Yep. Toxic Caramel.
Hmm.
Hey, dog, how you doing? Quick question for you. Can Michael Penix and Bryce Young be competitive NFC South quarterback matchups like with Matt Ryan and Drew Brees went at it? Um,
Mm.
Now my answer is will probably be an unpopular answer because a lot of you know a lot of my cohorts don't can't seem to bring themselves to say a nice positive thing about um, Bryce Young.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think in the direction that the Panthers um, went this offseason and some of the things they did, and they're placing him in a situation that where he kind of sort of has. You really won't have any other choice but to be successful.
They
Um, they
got a rock.
brought some pieces in for the line. They got some pieces, you know what I'm saying, on that outside. Um, you know, and based on what I saw in the latter part of the season from them, there was something there. They were doing some things. But in short, to answer your question, will it be on the level of a Matt and Drew?
Nah.
Probably not, but there's going to be a level of contention there. There is. There is. There's going to be a level of contention. We probably. I won't. I'm gonna say this, but I won't say it. But I mean, because even no, even throughout the years, and I've seen no matter the situation between us and the Saints, it's always been a knockdown, drag out fight. That is our rival. Cutthroat to the hilt. That is our rival. All right. Divisionally speaking, standing out. Um, Coming into this season, I would not be surprised. Look, the Bucks are on a 3-game losing streak to us. Um, and the Panthers were relatively competitive in the games with us. And there may be something there, you know. It's just put it like this: when they come up on the that spot on the schedule, let's not take the game for granted. Um, Bryce is, he's fighting tooth and nail to get that coaching staff to stay behind him. They,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, they've done a lot of things, to put him in the position where he can be successful. They're changing up the playbook a little bit to fit what he does. So, in short, yeah, but I wouldn't. I don't think it's going to be on the level of a Matt and Drew. We're talking about two Hall of Famers there. But I think the easy answer would be to say wait and see.
Yep.
The game's got to be played. Bernard, what's happening? What's going on with you? Nice to see you in here, sir. But that was a great question, though. There, a great question. Yeah. Um. What's your take on that, youngin?
Uh, well, I mean, the last game showed you. I mean, I'm not gonna get in that last game. As far as I did like the back and forth from the Carolina and Atlanta game last year, but this season Carolina did make some moves on the defensive side of the ball too, and of course the trenches. And but as far as competing, uh, I would have to give that notch to us in Tampa Bay. Because as far as anybody in NFC South, who else? Who are you worried about?
I mean, well, division rivals are division rivals.
Right.
But I think we go out and we play the game the way we're capable of playing, because we were in a position to take the division at one point on last season. Um, we were 4-0, I'm just but um they're just things we can't do that happened on last season, and a lot of that had everything to do with our head coach. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but like I said, you know, Tampa's on a 3-game losing streak to us.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it, Carolina did what they did, and they're trying their best to capitalize on that momentum and progress off of what the positive things that they were doing later in the season. Um, and like I said, the Saints, I would be shocked if they win 2 games.
Damn, you don't give them two?
Look, it is football Armageddon down there. I and I'm and good luck to Kellen Moore because he's a good dude and he's worked hard to
Boy.
get to where he is, and you know what I'm saying. I, I in my mind's eye would have told me not to take that job, but you got to start somewhere.
And then
You know,
defensively, the defense is already getting. They got Cam Jordan and Demario Davis left now.
I mean, it's that defense may keep them in some games, but
Yeah.
with
So what do you think Brandon Staley's gonna do with that defense, OG?
well, you got Chase Young,
Yeah.
who's on the verifiably on the hot seat down there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but again, a lot of what's it is, whew, you got a mess in the quarterback room.
Why would you draft a Tyler Shaw when you got a Spencer Rattler right there? Make that make sense.
Well, well, um, I'm still asking the question: why wouldn't you draft Shador? Um,
They don't regret that. What is
a lot of teams are going to regret that.
mm-hmm.
Um, you know what I'm saying? Spencer Rattler, he may be their best hope. Saw some things from him. He did give us a few fits. Uh, but yeah, I'm just saying, God bless Kellen Moore.
Mm-hmm.
God bless him. God bless
Mm-hmm.
him. Because that that is a hell of a situation down there. Um,
I'm gonna be honest, OG. I'm actually surprised Alvin Kamara requested a trade from that team.
well, I mean, one thing about it, he's gonna get his numbers. Believe
Yep.
that.
So would you say
Because
him,
they're
Olave,
going to be doing a lot of running of the football.
him? Taysom Hill don't do what he do, right?
I don't. Is he still? I think he's hurt.
Yeah. Shit. I don't even.
Um,
Can my question is, can Chris Olave stay healthy this year? 'Cause that motherfucker been getting hit in the head the last 2 years.
well, um, that's the Jeopardy answer with a question bonus, $1,000 bonus question right there.
That man in there with hospital balls all year last year.
And they have some a little bit of young talent on the house on the skill set on the outside, but again, the situation, uh, that quarterback room and what Kellen Moore can do with a Rattler or a Barr, you know what I'm saying? That's and that offensive line, oh my God, you know, it's that's going to be that is the question that needs to be have answered. You know,
And don't and they,
Olave with his concussion
mhm,
issues, and staying healthy.
yep.
Um, with them relying on the run Kamara into the ground. I mean, because it's you know
Yeah, who the other running back they got?
who's that? That was it Smith, the other young boy Smith.
Uh,
I
they got
think.
they got Kendra Miller.
Yeah.
They got Cam Akers. They just signed from the Rams.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they signed him. So
I did not know that. I did
I'm
not
trying.
know that. Or now that's to have Akers and Kamara.
Yeah,
And it makes sense because you're gonna have to you're gonna have to protect your quarterback, whoever that's gonna be, whether it be Ball or whether it be, what I'm saying, Spencer Rattler.
yeah.
You know,
Preseason don't tell you a lot about what the Saints gonna do at quarterback. That's all you need to know.
yeah, yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you something, man. I looked at their schedule. It's not easy at all.
Of course not. Their schedule looks somewhat like ours.
Yeah, but I think that I think I read something. That team is still in cap hell, ain't they?
Who, the Saints?
Yeah.
Of course, they're going to be this year and next year.
Boy, they got some soul searching to do, boy. Real talk.
They look how we was looking in
Boy, that was abysmal.
2021. Matt Ryan's
That was
last year.
that was abysmal.
When KP had that 1,000-yard season because he
Mm-hmm.
was the look when the second best weapon is Russell Gage. I mean, come on now.
Are you talking about what happened with the other receiver? That you know what? Let's not get into that.
Mm-hmm.
We're not even gonna get into.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I,
Yeah, that part.
Because I did see a video when you said that, and you wasn't lying one bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I literally watched that the other day. I said, you know what? What he said about that person, he said he knew about that person from the jump. So I'm like, yeah, he know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but yeah, Michael Penix is QB1. There is no there is no quarterback controversies. You know,
I tell y'all,
you know,
stop listening to them trolls on X, boy. I keep telling y'all that.
because that's all they are. They're unprofessional trolls.
Freak Falcon, Crispy Carlton,
Mm,
Titty Boy.
mm-hmm. Not so jazzy, Jeff.
Don't get me started on that folks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
This the same
Jack,
motherfucker that's this the who?
Jack.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me see
I
something
told
here.
you you should have checked. You should have checked what I posted in the chat.
Let me let me
When they're talking
see.
about
Do I?
players on the hot seat, you already know who was on that list.
Yeah, I look. I don't. I'm not subscribing to anything that guy has to say. From, what I'm saying, from here on out.
You talking about Loretta Devine with a beard?
Yeah, yeah.
Cause we were just talking about it in the chat the other day.
Damn. Uh,
4-5 trolls I didn't see. And don't forget ATL Webb too now. He another one.
I was trying to pull something up, but I don't have it on this. It's not on my damn tablet. But um, this, these folk, man,
Uh,
these
Free
folk,
Free Falcon and Chris Carlton about the two of the worst.
you know. And speaking of which, that's gonna help me turn the corner on into the
Oh,
meat
yeah.
and potatoes subject. Because that guy, you know,
Uh-oh.
I was thinking that I was gonna
hmm
because I did it on my phone. I didn't do it on my tablet. That's why I'm not able to pull it up. But this man, 3000 said Thomas Dimitrioff was 20 times better than Terry Fontenote.
Hell,
And Terry Fontenote is the worst GM ever in NFL history. Yeah.
and that's
So
somebody to take seriously, right?
so just for those of you that remember uh, that thing called salary cap hell that we was
Yeah.
in uh, 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 18, 19, 20, 21
Mm-hmm.
was done by that guy, Thomas Dimitrov.
Mm.
I wonder if some of y'all remember some of the deals that he signed during his tenure. Yeah, he drafted Matt and Julio, and got Michael Turner here, and Tony Gonzalez, and and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? But you know
Oh,
that there
shit.
there were some signings that had you scratching your head like, huh?
You got some breaking news, OG.
What that?
You got some the Dolphins and the Commanders reportedly have discussed a Terry McLaurin and a Tyreek Hill trade.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Yeah.
That is some crazy
I
shit.
mean, that it would work for both teams.
Shit, Jaden Daniels and Tyreek Hill.
It would work for both teams. I mean, McLaren is unhappy, rightfully so.
Yep.
Um, Cheetah has burnt all bridges in Miami.
So if he want to leave, what does that tell you about Mike Daniels as a head coach?
Well, again, Cheetah has burnt all bridges. Okay, um, and I don't. That's just a
Yep.
that's just it's a relatively sad situation.
And then your boy is going back to the Chargers.
Who
Keenan Allen.
he shouldn't have never left.
See, another weapon for Justin Herbert, but that's a whole nother conversation. But like I said, I'm
Now,
I'm really trying to figure this out. So, how's this man better than Terry when Terry literally got us out of cap here? Make it make sense. Look it up. Look.
you could name about 10 contracts that Thomas Dimitrov um did that contributed us to going down Cap Hale Boulevard.
Julio Jones, Devontae Freeman, Deion Jones, Matt's contract. Uh, shit.
I mean, we had some guys on our books for about 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah.
You know, um, and then as opposed to the guy that Freak Falcon seems to hate so much, in
Mm,
Terry Fontenot, they came in and systematically dug us out of an $89 million hole.
mm. Same guy that said that. Same guy that said that Terry Fontenot should have drafted Mike Green over James Pierce Jr. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Unpopular opinion, I believe penalty shall be driven on balanced teams now instead of quarterback offensive judging us back in 2020 when we had Brady, Ryan, Newton, and Breeze all in the same bracket.
And
Damn.
uh, you might be right in about a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
You might be right. That assessment might be right. Um,
Because the question is, how long is Baker gonna be playing, OG?
Baker can stay healthy, which he has.
Yeah.
He probably play another
But,
5 6 years.
but would you say he's their franchise quarterback now?
He's been in the playoffs. He's had him in the playoffs 2 straight years. Um, eh, eh, uh, if they could get that offensive line together, if that young boy, the running back White, if he can stay healthy, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Um,
Boy, can you imagine seeing the Bucks and the Falcons in the playoffs?
I mean, well, that's gonna be the fight.
Yeah.
You know, Tampa is there, but like I said again, um, had we handled our business on last season, we
Mm-hmm.
would have kept them out the playoffs.
You can blame you know who for that, and you somebody
You know
else.
what I'm saying? But that's another discussion for another day.
Right.
And yes, Sonya, uh-huh. Dimitrioff drafted Tat. Yeah, he did. Uh-huh. That did happen. That did happen. Now, like I said, Terry over the last 3 seasons, as an end result of what you see in camp and on the roster at this particular point, as opposed to the mess and the garbage
Mm.
that that Thomas Dimitrov did.
Mm-hmm.
You know that right there, Jesse. That right there.
The
That
city
right
has
there.
finally.
The city finally has what it needs. Somebody that thinks like the ATL thinks. We have not won the way we should. Atlanta dominates everything but sports. That's about to change.
Fontenote thinking
Fontenote
like,
thinks like, yeah, yeah. He has the ATL mentality.
and let me ask you, OG, you don't think he want to win the championship here?
Yeah, yeah, he does.
You don't think he get tired of not? You don't think he gets pissed off when we don't make the playoffs?
Look, look. You know the one group of people that's more pissed off about things than we are.
Oh,
There's some folks down there in New Orleans.
whew. That's a boy. They ain't no telling when that team don't make the playoffs.
They were more upset about losing Terry Fontenot than they were about losing Anya Mata and Kay Nellis.
But when they lost Terry Fontenot, boy, their whole fan base was pissed.
Yeah, and I have some old classmates that are Saints fans. I have some family members that are Saints fans. I have some friends that are Saints fans. You know, and that was when we signed Ted Fronto as GM. Man, listen, that was the narrative. How in the hell did we let him get out of town to y'all? And if you notice, their cap situation has not been good in the last 4 years.
Again, like I said, you don't think we all know they not getting rid of Mickey Loomis. You know that, right?
I mean, well, the situation it is what it is. On that, they have no choice. They have no choice but to keep him.
But shoot, not only that, they got mad at us when we took Ryan Nielsen from them.
You know,
And the rest of the two.
man, get off my channel with that fuck shit. Excuse me.
Tell
Yeah,
me who I think it is.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
5 o'clock, man. He still been talking about the same crap.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Them Lamar Jackson super fans are just they're
Told
dying
you,
on that hill.
you might well
But
don't put that block button on him.
I know, no, because when I get a chance, I'm gonna tighten that ass up. But people, I honestly, I just don't understand the mindset of the hatred that some of these guys had. Well, I do, but I
I
don't. Because a lot of them have the searching for the big name instead of the big game mindset. You know what I mean? Um, and most of those cats are butt hurt because we didn't draft Justin Fields, Jordan Davis, Carter. You know what I mean? And then in his most recent case, Mike Green. And even on that, I just don't understand the thought process. I would take an all around linebacker slash possible safety if we so choose to in James Prince Pierce Jr. than a one dimensional guy in Mike Green.
And you know the thing is, Mike. They said Mike Green has trouble stopping the run.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you want that bad habit in Atlanta? No.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And the fact he had an assault charge. So why would you want that here? Think about that.
I mean, well, uh, you you reap what you sow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, the man actually uttered the words that Terry Fontenote, the worst GM in NFL history. I,
All
I you know,
because
I,
he signed
you
that
know,
Kirk Cousins contract. That's why he said that. That's why he's saying that.
man,
When he
stop.
signed Kirk Cousins, that's the moment he
Look,
said, you know what?
Kirk Cousins' contract is not having no bearings on what's going on right now.
Nope.
Okay, because like, again, can't see the forest for the trees.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you do know Chris Lindstrom extension kicked in last year, right? All right,
Yep.
and so did AJ. All right, now coming up, see why why you mad about stuff, and then you want to blame things. You coming up, you got to pay Bijan, you got to pay Drake. They just gave McGarry some coins. We signed Noozle a 2 year extension. You know what I'm saying? What's good, Treyway? You know what I mean? You got all this interplay, and you want us to go out here not only give up at least 3 to 4 years of draft capital,
Ooh, Sonya.
but also, you know what I'm saying, go and pay somebody 41 to 45 million dollars a year
Yep.
who will probably not ever live up to that price tag.
Hey, OG, look at what your girl Sonya said.
Okay, you see. It's saying if Thomas Dimitrioff would have invested into the defense, MR2 would have a Super Bowl and not get blamed for everything that's not his fault. Facts,
So
facts, and more facts.
last time I checked, OG, Matt Ryan don't play defense, right?
Hmm.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Since he gets the blame for every damn thing that happened with this damn team. But anyway, I'm just trying to figure this out. If Terry Fondo is such a bad GM, then why look at all the talent that he has on his team? So I guess he's a bad GM when he brought Jesse Bates in, one of the top safeties in the league, huh?
Jesse, you're somewhat right, but
Um,
it wasn't. Yeah,
we,
Arthur
we, we
signed off on it, but that was a Raheem Morris move.
you mean a Homer Simpson move?
Yeah, yeah. Homer Simpson wanted Kirk,
Yep.
and Ted Frontnote wanted Michael Penix.
Right. So they were in two different mindsets at the time.
Understand that now. Understand that.
Yep.
Raheem wanted Kirk.
Yep. And look at him now.
Terry wanted and got Michael Penix.
Yep.
Just let that sink in.
Yep.
Okay. Let that sink in. You
Yep.
know, that would give you some some tutelage on how things are. Ah,
And it's amazing how people say Terry is a bad GM, but look at the pieces he brought to this defense.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
You know what I'm
saying?
saying? Yeah. Arthur did sign off, but again,
That was a
it
Homer
was
Simpson.
right. It was Homer Simpson that campaigned for
Exactly.
Kurt. All
Yep.
right, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But Terry, who wasn't necessarily on board with it, was the one that pulled the trigger on Michael Penix.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that would kind of let your mind set the stage for what's really, what I'm saying, right now, set up. I
Yep.
mean, because I've said this before. I don't think it really matters at this point, win, lose, or draw. I think Raheem is out of here after this season. That's just me. Given the state of affairs, given the atmosphere of camp, given the atmosphere of how the players are gravitating to Albrecht, I think Ryan's time is over with here in Atlanta. I really do. I could be wrong, but that's just my feel on it. Six man.
What's happening? What's happening?
Much. We're on this Thomas Dimitrioff, Terry Fontenote discussion
Interesting.
because
So,
it's kind of the trending topic on today because I saw where a couple of people, one person in particular actually um called Terry the worst GM in NFL history and said that Thomas Dimitrioff was 20 times better than him. Yeah. So I let you go on and elaborate on your mindset on the concept of what this fan base thinks and feels about Terry.
Terry Fontenote, Thomas Dimitrov. Terry Fontenote, Thomas Dimitrov.
Right.
Thomas Dimitrov, Terry Fontenote. Now, to say that Terry Fontenote is the worst GM in NFL history, whoever said that they need to stop taking the Plan B pills. They need to stop taking them Plan B pill shakes. That is far from the case.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the biggest thing that Thomas Dimitrov did, like Thomas Dimitrov's time was between 2008 and 2011. Yeah. For those that don't know, that 2012 draft class was one of the worst draft classes I've ever seen in the NFL or the NFL roster ever. But let's just call a spade on this.
Mm-hmm.
All this shit has to do with Kyle Pitts versus Justin Fields. That's all this shit is about. That's all this shit. That's all that shit is about.
Yep.
It was Kyle Pitts versus Justin Fields. Kyle Pitts versus Michael Parsons.
Yep.
But like I said, would I take Thomas Dimitrov over Terry Fontenote? No.
Not even close.
No. Because
let's just call a real spade. Let's just call a real spade a spade. When we brought him in, we thought that Dimitrov was going to do what he was able to do up in New England here, which
Okay.
turned out not to be the case.
Okay. Because I know, because if I remember with Thomas Dimitrioff, like you said, Matt Ryan was his first draft, was one of his first draft picks, right?
Yep.
Also, because Dimitrov started in '08, right? It was '08. Am I correct?
I think it was 6.
I don't
I
think it
think.
was '06. I don't think it was '06. But you have to remember, '08 is the one that is where a lot of, I think it was '08. Because I remember, because his first 2 draft picks was Matt Ryan and Sam Baker. A.K.A. the very Sam Baker that couldn't stay healthy worth a damn, but like you said, that's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My thing, like I said, my thing is when you look at the teams that were constructed at that point in time, what Thomas Dimitrov did for the Atlanta Falcons, he was able to bring in certain free agents. He drafted a couple guys who was able to, like I said, who was able to have consistency in his team. Like I said, I give Dimitrov credit on this. Like you said, Michael Turner was a gamble.
Yep.
He was a gamble. Because didn't nobody think that, like I said, everybody kind of knew he developed the burner reputation, but didn't nobody know if he was going to be able to carry the load for a team. And like you said, we hit on that.
Yeah, because he was with the Chargers backing up LaDainian.
Mm-hmm. And I was a Michael Turner fan in San Diego. So right. I know I was hustling when that happened.
Yeah,
but if you look at how the team is constructed and the balance of the team, that's the one thing that Thomas Dimitrov failed at after 2011 was building a team consistent of balance.
Mm-hmm.
And it hurt the Falcons for those 3 years.
He had some awful contracts.
Mm-hmm.
You don't mind if I name those contracts, do you?
Yeah, go right. Yeah, that's why I said it. That's why I said it.
Okay. So remember, Rocky Alford got paid before Desmond Trufant.
Yeah.
For those that don't remember.
Yep.
Ray Edwards.
Oh boy.
Oh, here's a name y'all don't remember. John Asamoah.
Yep. That
because
right there.
they needed a left tackle at that point. Dimitrov's biggest issue as a GM was he was given contracts. He was given loyalty contracts.
No.
It was a lot of loyalty contracts that happened.
Grady Jackson.
I thought it was Then we have a player named Tyson Jackson too?
Yeah. We had both of them. Yeah. Tyson Jackson was cool, but it was the Paul Soliai thing that kind of threw Falcon fans for a loop.
Yep.
Hell, I'm gonna hurt some feelings with this one. Julio Jones contract.
Oh
yeah. Yep. Both of them.
Mm-hmm. The reason, like I said, the thing with Terry, and this is why I give props to Terry, is if you pay attention to how the contracts are constructed, the only main loyalty contract, and I'm talking about loyalty, is when you're giving a contract to a guy that hasn't performed up to par, but you're just giving it to him just off the loyalty of the team. Was Grady Jarrett.
Yep.
Now, we can look at the first draft class for Terry Fontenote. You say Kyle Pitts. And a lot of people upset about that. But at that point in time,
Hey, you know what's crazy? Folks is mad at us that we took Troy Anderson over Kobe Dean, bro.
Kobe Dean had a neck injury, and that motherfucker had a neck injury. Nobody knew if he was gonna be able to fucking play.
Right.
And he just showed out this year.
All because he went to Georgia.
I'll tell Georgia fans they need to go to Lake Lanier and go swimming.
They ain't gonna make it out of there.
Exactly. But like you said, as far as where the Falcons are this year coming up in 2025,
yeah,
this is the most complete built team I've seen since really 2016.
Yeah.
And guess what? Terry Fontenote had to do it with no money. He had to do it with no room for help. That's the difference. Would you what would you say about that, OG?
Yeah, I mean, because he dug us out of an $89 million hole, and then systematically, found good talent. With no money, he found good talent and drafted. He hit on, when you hit on 75 to close to 80% of your draft picks. Come on now.
Drew Dalman got a $50-60 million contract in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I said, Thomas Dimitrioff. Like I said, the only reason why people really say Thomas Dimitrioff is because they went to the Super Bowl in 2017.
Man, of course.
That's the only reason why they say that. But when you, like you said, and between 2008 and 2011, well, 2012.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is, at that time you had a mixture of veterans. You had a mixture of some young talent. But the thing about it was, you had enough of the veterans that could carry the team.
Mm-hmm.
Terry Fontenote has not had the luxury of having that.
Right.
And we're talking about good veteran players. We ain't just talking about regular ass veterans.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, I'll never forget. We signed what's that dude's name? Y'all remember Paul Warlow, right?
Don't do that.
Undrafted free agent linebacker. Yep.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
All I gotta say is barbecue chicken. I'm gonna leave that alone.
That motherfucker was teriyaki wings, nigga. That's what he was.
Well, you ain't lying.
Teriyaki wings. But the thing that messed Thomas Dimitrioff off, what messed him up, was they tried to be so offensive heavy that they really just said fuck everything else.
So basically what you're saying is F the defense, all about offense.
Shit, look at the draft picks. Look at the guys that contributed.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of your best defensive players at that period of time was Brett Grimes.
Mm-hmm. What was a monster?
Undrafted.
What was a ball? Was a dog.
Undrafted. You took a chance on that.
Yep.
We're not gonna talk about Mika Grimes and her crazy ass.
Well,
I know you gonna say that.
That's a whole nother story right there.
yeah, that's a whole nother hour.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole
But
nother hour.
but like you said, if you really look at it, for as limited of resources that Terry had
Yeah.
coming into this team and where they at now,
Yeah.
like I said, I gotta give an eye to him.
Yeah. Me too.
You brought, like you said, you brought in Jesse Bates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You bring, like I said, you bringing in these veterans. You got a Calais Campbell who for 1 year helped shape this defense. You bringing in a Onyemata who pretty much put the same numbers up as Grady Jarrett for less money. We'll talk about that part.
Yeah.
You take a chance on a Mike Hughes who was
Yeah.
injury prone. Kay Nellis.
Yeah.
Who has done everything that has been asked of him.
Yep.
And the simple and going off of your point, OG, it is what people need to realize. Yeah, they may say, "Oh no, Raheem had a hand into bringing Michael Penix Jr." No, the fuck he didn't.
No, he did not. No, he did not.
You had your entire scout department up in Washington to go watch this motherfucker.
Right.
And who is the head of most of the scout department? Sam.
Terry Fontenote.
If I know.
So he said bull. He said bullshit. Well, I need a contingency plan in this, but I don't know how good this dude is.
Right.
I mean, you think about it in the situation. I mean, we were sitting right there, and the guy that we wanted had got that we originally which was a defensive guy, was gone. You got a perfectly good quarterback prospect sitting in your lap. Why not pick your future?
I'm just saying.
And so you just said the big thing. Which one of the GMs put us in the most cap hell?
That's the easy answer there.
That tells you everything you need to know. That means he knows how to manage. He knows how to manage the cap the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I'll take a guy that know how to that knows how to manage my money than a motherfucker that know how to spend my money.
Which is the reason why you saw in games on last year who was up in the box sitting next to Arthur. Terry.
Mm-hmm.
Look, billionaires don't mind sitting around and having a conversation with people that save them money.
Yep.
Okay. Shit. I mean, like it or not, and there's a collective group of morons that don't like him, but there may be 4 other GMs in the league that has done a better job than Terry Fontenote.
Mm-hmm.
Contrary to what you may hear on the big shows, on the national networks, and some of these high profile podcasts, look, when the people around the league be looking, and they're looking down here, and they're like, okay, what's really going on down there in Atlanta?
What's your boy name with the Eagles?
Who the quarterback?
The GM.
Oh, shit, what's that boy name?
Kel?
What is it?
I know Lowry is the owner.
Yeah, I know Lowry. Rossman, Rose. I
Oh,
don't know.
How Rose.
Howie
Like I said,
Roseman.
you might. Yeah, Rose. How Rose? Yeah, how Rose.
That motherfucker is a genius, boy.
Because what he does is he invests in the trenches. That's the philosophy.
Right.
That
He scooped up about 15 picks into no, it was 18
nah, it was
picks.
18
Yeah,
picks,
18
18
picks over
picks in
two
the
seasons.
Yep.
yeah, and
And of
invested
those
all that.
18, eight, I think seven or eight of them were number one picks, first round picks.
Mm-hmm.
And to accumulate the talent and draft I mean, they drafted well. They hit on everything except for running back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but the thing,
they're the
go ahead, Jay.
And they're the Super Bowl champ. So that should tell you everything right
Yeah.
there.
I
But
mean,
the
well,
thing,
they've been in two of the last three Super Bowls, so
Mm-hmm.
but like I said, that's the thing though. Like you said, when you look at the Philadelphians, when you look at the 49ers, when you
Yeah.
look at the Baltimore Ravens, when you're
mm-mm.
looking at these teams that are dominating, what is the main thing they always do when it comes to these off season and these drafts? The number one focus is the fucking trenches.
Yep.
Hell, I can even say with the Detroit Lions,
Uh-huh.
the focus is trenches and defense.
Man, that Detroit GM, boy, he know what the hell he doing.
Yeah.
Now the biggest question over there
Yeah.
is what is Aiden Hutchinson gonna be when he comes back?
Yeah. My question is both sides of the ball, they stayed out of jail with the new
I mean,
play calling.
we're gonna learn everything we want to learn about Hayden Hutchinson when he comes back, and will he be mentally stable and able to grind through that entire situation?
Yeah. And the fact is, you got both sides of the ball with two new coordinators. Do
Right.
y'all think they don't run the same scheme from last year? Totally different.
They got two running backs that they need to run their offense through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They don't
that,
need to
that
change
that might
those
that
shit.
might be the only running back tandem that I would say is better than ours.
Jameer Gibbs and who?
David Montgomery.
Dave Montgomery. Yeah, them two motherfuckers there, boy. They are hell to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
And
defensively. Now
but
go ahead, Tia. Go ahead.
no, I'm about to say, but that's that's where I say the similarities between the Falcons and the Lions are,
Yeah.
because you literally have a duo in that running back room that is identical.
Boy, look what Jesse James said, OG. Read that last time.
He said, Raheem ticks me off, but I want to give him a chance though. I want to see him win it.
Yeah, that sound good. That sound real good. Well, you better get him started.
I'm with you. Person that is in a position and whatever they are, if they're instrumental, if they're in a position to exact us in any direction of winning, I want to see them succeed. I want to see them do it. But here's the problem. Here's the problem when you talk about Homer Simpson.
Yep. Yeah, I told you it was coming.
Homer Simpson.
Okay, I've asked this question of a lot of people who come back with that same sentiment. All right,
I already know the question is.
who is Raheem Morris? Okay, when you call Bill Belichick name, you know he's known for building Super Bowl winning defenses.
Yep.
And having great offensive lines. Okay, when you Sean Payton, one of the better offensive minds to coach this game.
Yep.
As much as we hate him, Kyle Shanahan. When his name is called, from a schematic perspective, He's one of the better offensive minds. You know what I'm saying? Second generation, because his dad was a great football mind.
Talking about Mike.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? When Bill Walsh, you think West Coast, the father of West Coast offense. You know what I'm saying? When you call Raheem Morris's name, what comes to mind? What scheme? What player has he developed and went on to dominate the game? You know what I'm saying? What concept comes to mind when you call Raheem Morris' name? And don't
Uh,
and don't give me that. Oh, well, he get along with players because that's not a
nope,
concept.
nope. And don't.
That sounds more like an ass kisser than a player development.
And I'm trying to and watch somebody don't say, well, he's good at smiling and cheesing in press
I
conferences.
mean,
Yeah,
that's my whole thing. Okay, I want him to succeed, but how will he do that?
that's the
When,
question.
when you when you when you ask those questions, how will he is that he because he you can't positively say that he's good at
He showed
something
nothing.
schematically. He's good at getting players developed. Now, all those questions I just asked, you could easily answer them with Jeff Albert.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I did right there, Kev?
I see what you did.
Mm-hmm.
Brick mode. Brick mode.
Hey, hey, you know what I'm saying? You think linebackers that have been successful because of Jeff Albrecht. You think 5'2", 4'6", 3-4 under. You know what I'm saying? When you call Jeff Albrecht's name,
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? There's a theme there.
Oh, and don't forget when you call Jerry Gray's name too.
Well, we know Jared Gray is a defensive back guy. There are people that have been successful because of Jared Gray.
Nate,
He's developed a lot of defensive backs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
you got guys like Nate Ollie, Dwayne Leffert. Them guys know what the hell they doing. I'm just saying.
Just that's my thing.
So
That is my question when it comes to Raheem Morris. Who is he? What
so
is he?
so
So
the
so
fact
let me ask so let me ask y'all a question. And Jayden, I'll let you be the first one to answer. Let me
Mhm.
ask y'all a question on it.
uh-huh.
Because when we're asked that question, okay, what is he good at?
Right.
It's kind of rare to see a guy that's a defensive guy on the offensive side of the ball and
Hold
flip
on.
flopping
Listen,
between both sides.
I tell you who he is. He's a smart guy, and that's his problem. You gotta watch these smart guys. They will f some up. They think they can smart their way through everything. Damn.
No lies
So,
told.
so, because I think when we had listened to the press conference,
Yeah.
I think it was Torrey McElhaney who kind of was trying to get him props for being a defensive guy or saying he's a defensive coach, and he's like, I'm not. It that should raise the eyebrow a little bit, like, okay, so what the hell are you?
Yeah,
I seen that. I seen it.
yeah.
And I've been accused by a bunch of folk, by a lot of the Rahimites
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
for saying that I'm looking too deep into it. But like you said, you
No.
kind of have to ask the question though. Are you? Look, you know what? I think I'm about to burn it down, Seth Rollins styles with this question.
Hmm. Define Raheem scheme.
Do do you think Sean McVay really made Raheem Morris a defensive coordinator just so he wouldn't touch his offense?
Mm,
Hmm.
mm,
Norv Turner,
mm,
smart, great coordinator. Bad coach. Bill Parcells, don't rely on smart. He'll use it, but he'll ultimately gonna get confrontational. Norv
mm.
Turner doesn't have that.
You know what, Kev? you know, you're on to something there, bro. You're on to something.
because I because I
That
want
might
because
that
I
might have been
did
yeah.
because the question, the reason why I asked that question is because Jalen Ramsey had an interview talking about
Uh
Raheem
huh.
Morris,
Yep.
Uh
and he
huh.
was talking about we like Raheem because Raheem let us do what we want to do or how we
See,
feel. So
that's
you're
a
technically not coaching them; you're managing them.
so Kev, basically what you're saying is you seen a lot of that last year. Is that
It
what you're
could
saying?
be,
Because
like I said,
most
it could. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
because most of the time, Kev, you didn't even see this man coaching. All you did was see him look at that jumbotron and chew that damn drum. You didn't really see him do anything. You didn't see him interact with the players, none of that. You just seen him stand in the same spot with his hands folded up, looking at that damn jumbotron and chewing that damn orbits drum. That's all
Because
you seen.
remember, because remember, of all the coaches that were looking for a job,
Mm-hmm.
he was the only one that was on everybody's podcast giving his story about things.
Oh, was that when he was with the Rams?
Nah, yeah, because remember he had did the Pivot podcast. He was on Good Morning Football America.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
I think he was on NFL Countdown and stuff like
Yep.
that. And like you said, it was trying to
Oh,
market him to be that next head coach.
uh,
Now, like I said,
oh,
now like,
pull that last one up. It tells you everything you need to know right there.
Raheem wants to smile at
Yeah,
everybody and meet everybody halfway.
yeah.
You can't do that. North Turner would do that, but Bill Parcells would curse Lawrence Taylor the fuck out. That's what you got to be prepared to do that.
When the last time you see Raheem Morris get fired up at his players? I'll wait.
But like I said, that is actually a question that you have to think about.
Yeah. I mean,
Did Sean
I
did Sean McVay really trust him as a defensive guy, or did he put him on the defensive side of the ball to get him the fuck away from his
Well,
offensive ideology?
Ooh,
here's one thing. I mean, when you look at that defense, though,
mm-hmm.
that defense was on autopilot.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, because that was the same defense that went to the Super Bowl literally like 3 years prior.
Yep.
That's literally the
That
damn
what I'm
same
saying.
defense.
That Super Bowl winning defense. You look from front to back. That defense was on autopilot.
Mm-hmm. You had Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd,
Leonard Floyd,
Wagner,
shit,
Kent
Jalen
Taylor,
Ramsey, Fuller
Hell,
was
you
on that
trade
team.
hell, you damn near traded for damn near everybody that was significant on that defense.
and then you got Eric Weddle out of retirement.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Waddle back there. Yeah, Jordan Fuller, who we got. Um,
You had I think
the irony, we got the two starting safeties that from each team on our team right now.
mm, and you got Leonard Floyd. So what that tell you?
Okay.
What does that tell you, Cal?
Mm.
He know his ass is on the line.
Right. So you notice
So from
when you notice Cal, when you
it,
watching these press conferences, his demeanor changed from last year. You know that, right?
mm-hmm, the
So
demeanor,
that
the demeanor. So basically, what the demeanor is saying is, I
yeah,
can't predict us winning the South this year like I did last year.
and basically none of that cheese and crap he was doing last year either.
And the thing about he had that we had that man. Okay, all
Yep.
right. You know,
I know where you going.
I'm gonna tell you right now. My biggest issue with
Yeah.
him,
Yeah.
because like I said, we don't know who or what the fuck he is
Nope.
now. Given that where we're sitting at with the unit captains at coordinator, um, I mean,
You don't think that's not
when it comes to in-game situational adjustments,
I give it to Jeff Obert all day long.
yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Our unit coordinators are gonna have to run the shit because Raheem left us hanging out the fucking dry so many times last year. Not making adjustments, not making the executive decision. I'm just
Oh, I got one for y'all, Kev, OG. So y'all remember the Seattle game, right? Y'all
Mm-hmm.
remember after the press time when he said, "Oh, we didn't come prepared today." No, as a coach that's been in the league for long enough, there is no excuse for you to ever say that, ever. Because like as a coach, your team is a reflection of you, bro. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
but again though, Jesse, that defense was on autopilot, my guy.
yeah, they wasn't all that. They
You
would
you you you
It
you
wasn't all
had
that
you
Griffin.
had what
no
6, 7 all pros on that defense,
right. So take them off that
and
team.
4 of them were up front.
So take them all pros out that defense, and what you think they don't do after that? I'll wait.
Come on, they were number 2, 3, and at one point number 1 in the league that season
Right. Thanks to those superstars.
in all categories. That defense was on autopilot, man.
Mm-hmm. And then you talking about, well,
If you really think Raheem Morris called a single defensive set during that fucking season, I got some good paradise ocean water that I can sell you out of the goddamn Arizona.
and people, who was the passing game coordinator for the Rams that year anyway? That's what I want to know for defense.
For who?
For the Rams, that year they went to the Super Bowl. You know the passing. You know how they had a pass
The
specialist for
defensive
defense?
passing game coordinator.
Yeah, 'cause he had to have some input in that.
Yeah, I think he had some input in that.
So
But you
whoever
also,
it is,
but you also have to remember
yeah,
that Rams defense. That's Wade Phillips defense.
hello. See, that wasn't. I've been trying to tell you, like,
That was Wade
he,
Phillips defense.
so basically
Yeah,
he coached to somebody else's defense.
Because remember they was running a 3-4 defense.
he
Right,
wasn't
Everybody knows that's
coaching.
it.
right.
He wasn't
Yeah,
coaching none. Man, them guys was
right,
out
right,
there running their own
right,
shit.
Raheem.
See,
Like I said, Raheem coming from the Tampa scheme, that's a Tampa 2 cover 2 defense,
right.
which is usually a 4-3 defense. They was running a 3-4 that year. That was Wade Phillips defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't understand. And we still, and like Mike said the same thing. Like, what is he good at? Nobody gave
Hmm.
a real answer.
I'm just,
Like, like
again,
I said,
I ask the question all the time.
I don't want to take. Hold on. I don't want. I bro, but
Jesse said, I get what you're saying, bro, but if he's the defensive coordinator, it seems to me that we need to respect that a lot of coaches had great players and get credit. We got to remember to, I,
oh boy, I don't know.
yeah, okay. I mean, but those questions that I asked about him, those are questions that can't nobody answer. So when you put that in, and when you put that in consideration of that situation, and then you take also into consideration what Jalen Ramsey said about when he was there. Look, man, if it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, flap his wings like a duck, taste like a duck, it's a damn duck.
All right, Jesse. The question is, what is Raheem Morris good at? And don't say he. And that's why I had a dummy said Raheem was the reason that they won the Super Bowl. No, the hell he was not. No, he was not. Okay. I don't want to ever hear y'all say. I don't want to ever hear that again.
And
I'll
then
be, I'll be,
one
I'll
of
be,
them can sue on that team too?
Who?
One of them can sue on that team too?
No, he wasn't there.
he had just left the year before.
He left the
But
year
I just
before.
be about. But I'll be honest with you, I forgot he was even the defensive coordinator on that Rams team until they brought that shit up when he got signed here.
Mm-hmm. Hold on.
I mean,
Let me
again, when Jesse, when the question is asked, who is Raheem Morris? Okay, give you an example. Again, Bill, who is Bill Parcells? He built some offensive lines. He him and Bill, him and Belichick over there put that awesome ass 3-4 defense together with Lauren Taylor. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Sean Payton. He's the offensive mind. Yeah, Bill Walsh, father of the West Coast system. I mean, when you ask those questions, when you bring up coach name, man, you can identify them in a certain way, knowing that they developed a guy that wrecked shop or had a scheme that
yeah,
produced some championships or consistent run. But when you ask that question about Raheem Morris,
yeah.
you cannot sit here and tell me that you can actually answer that question.
Hey y'all, so the guy that's in Carolina right now, Evero, the defensive coordinator,
Mhm.
he was their passing game defensive specialist in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So that tell me everything I need to know.
Hmm.
So he was the one that got that defense riled up, not Raheem. So that pretty much answers my question right there.
I mean, well, think about something now. When we fired Quinn,
Mm-hmm.
and for those following the last 11 games,
Mm-hmm.
there were some players that told it. It wasn't. They were saying it was Albright and Albright and Raheem, but there was a lot of players on that team who was saying that Albright was running that shit.
Shit, yeah. You remember after the bye week, Albert took over the defense. 2019, yeah. When we first,
Mm-hmm.
he had that defense playing good, getting all them stats and all that.
I
And for
mean,
Jesse,
right now the way things are looking, I mean, he's a figurehead, man.
Mm-hmm.
the
He's a talking head. I
He's about,
mean, because if you look at what's going on,
yeah.
if you look at what happened in the offseason,
Mm-hmm.
everything that was brought in defensively fits exactly what Albright does.
See?
Okay, you know what I'm saying, and the one person, I mean, I think he'd get his ass kicked out the goddamn offensive room too, because Zach, Zach wants to run that thing, and he wants to feed off the run and and play action, and he look, the mere fact that they went and got
Mm-hmm.
2 cases of film, Washington Huskies 2023-2024, tells you that Zach Robinson finna get all the way into Michael Penix Jr.'s bag.
So what you're saying is he about to give a playbook that Michael Penix know in the back of his head.
yep.
He's gonna do some shit that he's familiar with and is capable of doing.
Here's the thing, right? Do you notice that it's a fact? It's crazy. Everybody on this team, we know what every coordinator is good at, except the head coach. What does that tell you? All these coordinators we have know exactly what they're doing, and your head coach don't. So what does that tell you?
I can't argue with that. Yeah.
We we know what Nate Ollie's good at. We know what the rest of these guys are good at.
Wait,
You
wait,
know what they are? They did
coach,
Coach said,
coach,
I agree with the environment was the reason. Whoa, what?
coach. Now, coach. Okay, what? You gonna have to come here and explain that. Coach,
I don't understand that one.
coach, you got to come on
I
in here.
disagree with that. With that environment was the reason the defense was that way. So
Where you
I
at,
think
Coach?
I think I think I think he's talking about the environment is the way the team was already built is the
Mm.
reason why it was that way. So in a way, he's kind of he's saying he's disagreeing, but he's kind of on the same part
I
Mm.
mean,
with what you're saying.
look, he's a coach, so it would be a different perspective. Whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Coach, come on in
yeah,
if you
nah,
can. Come on in.
What
but
the heck?
yeah, but I think what it comes down to is with all this is
Yeah.
the expectations of the team were not met.
Nope.
That's all it comes down to. It was not met, and the reason why it was not, and the reason why a lot of people were kind of getting gassed up over it was because, like you said, the first words was you gonna outrun the South. So
Hold
so a lot of people.
on. Jesse James, pull that up, OG.
Okay, it says
Do we know what
we
Albert?
do we really know?
A lot of folks give Rob Salah was the reason for the Jets' defense success. I'm not knocking Albert, but he's got to be tested.
He's been tested.
He's already been tested, sir. So,
He's been everybody's been tested. I mean, we can go back to 18 19 18 2018 2017
yep.
and he has and there's proof of what he is and what he's about.
That man,
He has made stars of some linebackers in this league. He has produced and developed some linebackers.
Deion Jones,
Okay,
Pro Bowler.
you know what I'm saying? Like I said, when if you call his name, and Albright, he's another example of what I'm saying. When you mention Jeff Albright's name, he's known for developing linebackers.
Because he played the position.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hey,
All right, coach.
what happened to the other one? OG.
Huh?
What happened to Devondre Campbell, y'all?
Where he went to Green Bay.
I think he left.
Um,
I think you remember he quit the team that game. Remember, he just walked off the damn field. Yeah.
yeah,
I don't want
okay.
to.
That's the
Oh,
situation.
What up, G?
the first hour.
What up, GA Texas boy?
Was good. Sonny said I would trust
That,
Jeff and Zach
That it is.
Robinson and the rest of the coaching staff to get us the Super Bowl and
when,
win it instead of Raheem. I mean, that's starting to be the growing sentiment. You know what I'm saying? For those of us that are actually watching this foolishness,
yes.
you know what I'm saying? That seems to be the going sentiment.
The fact that you can trust your coordinators more than your head coach. What does that tell you?
And which is a large part of the reason why I have the sentiment that I have about the result of this season.
Mm-hmm.
I think even if let's say we get to the playoffs,
Yeah.
and get to the divisional, maybe even the goddamn conference championship.
Yep.
All right, I think Raheem is out of here, bro. The team is if y'all were watching just like we were watching, and
Mm-hmm.
you saw who the players offensively and overall, the players were gravitating to Aubrey.
Did y'all not hear what Judon said in the offseason about how this defense was mismanaged? So what
This team is taking on the mindset of Jeff Aubrey. Okay, and just and a businessman, that anything that would breed the success of winning and making them money. I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, OG, don't think the offense not buying him either, too. Now
That's what I'm saying. To this team,
that man,
this team is the players are gravitating to Albrecht, man,
yeah.
and his mindset and his aggressiveness.
Hey, y'all, if y'all watch the mic'd up series, Did y'all not see the way Michael Penix was all smiles and stuff when Jeff Ober went to go talk to him?
Right.
Y'all not see all the smile and energy was different when they were
He,
Ober?
he was he was talking to Tyler. Hey, man, keep being that wrecking ball. Man, I mean, bruh.
He pretty much the head coach of this damn team.
I mean, I'm just saying, there's nobody else watching this shit.
We watching. I noticed it in my there. I'm like, this man is interacting with the quarterback, the offensive line. You got him talking to receivers. Yeah, you got him talking to the whole defense.
Shit, Chris Lindstrom walked up to him. What up, Hoss? Hey, big guy. Yeah, keep doing your thing. Man, come on.
That's not. You tell me that's not something to be worrying about behind the scenes. I'm just saying.
You're saying that not only is the defensive locker room bought into what he's selling, but the team itself is taking on Albrecht's mentality.
Yep. Man, you not even practice guys even listening to this man.
He talking to some guys. Look, man, you got to make your mark on special teams. You get your jersey on special teams to get your toe in the door. You know what I'm saying? And he's being 100 with a guy that he knows that probably don't in the position that he's at. Probably gonna have tough time making. Look, I'm telling him, you got to make your mark over here to make the team.
Jesse James,
that's on some real shit.
Hold on, Jesse. What you mean? Who put the team together? What you talking about? Who put what team together?
Be a little specific, Jesse, because I mean I'm paying attention to what you're saying, but I mean that right there, I'm trying to figure what question are you asking? Are you talking about the Rams or are you talking about us?
I'm trying to figure it out too. But y'all mean to tell me when you watch that Mike that video, you didn't see how that man was talking to almost every player he see? You didn't see that man hands on with the linebacker. He was telling Caden Ellis, he was like, "Hey man, you doing good, but I want to see more." Y'all don't pay attention to that.
Yeah.
That's not head coach material to you when he's involved with all the players on the team.
Look. I was one of them that was kind of cracking some jokes a little bit when he was talking about his time in New York, being away from Atlanta, and on the spiritual retreat, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And then I went back and looking at and tried to found some stuff with and saw where the guys up there in New York was like giving him his props. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Corey Gear 5 said, "I liked Albert the first time around. Now bring back Brian Cox."
Hey, look, listen. I wish Brian Cox could be a part of this.
Can you imagine OG Brian Cox with Nate Ollie with this defensive line?
Yeah.
Boy, you talking about nasty?
Yeah.
And Jeff Albright with the boy.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerry Gray. Boy, you talking about a legit defense?
See, my optimism and excitement about this upcoming season.
Yeah.
Because I've been, watching and checking and see. I mean, especially coming off that bullshit that his son pulled. Okay, watching and checking his mindset and see and see if he mentally had he pushed the panic button, but it's been none of that. He's been on his shit, on his job. You know what I'm saying? Doing the leg work.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And when you got the players in that defensive locker room for all those 6 weeks, all you kept hearing they come out of every defensive player mouth that had something to say. We're bought in to the system that's being taught. We're all in.
You got one that says, "Did y'all watch NFL Network when Brian Baldwin asked Jesse Bates about Jeff Ulbrich and Jesse was all smiles about him?"
Yeah.
That tells you they didn't already bought in what you got to say. All right, Jesse James answers your question, OG.
Okay, I'm saying Fontenote and Raheem put this team together. These guys are looking good, but they are the guys that Fontenote Mars brought here. The
Right.
guys like Albrecht,
They like Ross.
but they like Rod. Uh, okay, all right.
That shit.
I'm look. I feel your optimism about Raheem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I do. Um,
Hey, just so
but
you know, Jesse, this ain't nothing personal, bro. It's just football.
nothing about the personnel moves in this here particular
Come on.
off season to me had Raheem Morris' name on anything.
Yeah, you don't think Leonard Floyd and Fuller were those are over signings, y'all?
Okay, you know, uh, uh, again, I'm hearing the defensive guys. They're talking about Albrecht. All right, you know what I'm saying. And then like I said, you know, I mean, but and as far as the personnel goes, honestly, I give Frontno more credit than anything. I'm not even having Raheem in that equation.
Nope.
Because again, Ted Frontno names ring bells in the scouting community, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm gonna
You
tell
know, I just it's
you.
just knowing what I
Right.
know about Raheem Morris
Right.
as his time as a position coach to to being a coordinator to being a head coach.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell y'all something.
I don't he doesn't he's not portraying the aura and the mindset and the intellect of a true head coach, and I've seen a lot of them.
I'm gonna tell y'all something.
I've watched a lot of them. I grew up watching some of the best, bro. And it's just actually when you ask those questions, and like I said, of other coaches, and you'll be able to acknowledge what they're about. When you ask that question about Raheem Morris,
Yeah.
you get a whole blank. You can hear rat piss on cotton when that question is asked.
Look at your Sonya's comment. I wouldn't be surprised if the players already. Shit, they probably are now. You just never know. They probably are.
Look, now that's been my mantra. I truly believe that this season, no matter what happens,
I believe your boy gonna be gone.
I think you got if you want to keep the villages from being at your door with the pitchforks and spears and the tiki torches.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something too.
You give them a leader that they want to follow.
Terry didn't even have an input in Raheem. That was a Rich McKay hire. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So don't think that Terry thought.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised.
Yeah.
Terry thought those things.
And we all know why that was too, because you know McKay got the board members around behind him and scared him and touted Belichick as being the boogeyman, and he was going. And look, I'm gonna tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
You got a guy that's sitting in your foyer that has 6, 7, 8. You know what I'm saying? Championships. You know, on his fingers and on his belt. You get him in here, no matter what.
And watch this. I don't know if y'all remember. I watched y'all show that day when y'all said that, and some idiots like, "Oh, Belichick, he too old, man. Ain't nobody gonna buy him what he got to say." Okay, all right.
Shit, let me tell you something. And watched him do it and seeing the origins of him. Okay, and him and he's off that Bill Parcells tree, bro.
Jesse,
I'm gonna tell you something. I'd have gave that motherfucker whatever he wanted. Whatever he wanted.
what?
I'd have knocked down Grady Hospital. Yeah, and tore down the Peachtree Plaza if that's who he wanted to come in here and coach it
What?
and build his team into a Super Bowl contender.
And one thing I know is about Belichick, he don't bring structure to this team, OJ.
hold on. So I got a question here. So I got
What's
a
that?
question. So do you think? So hold on. So do you think that they looked at Raheem Morris as like Jason Garrett in Dallas?
Mm,
I think Rich McKay pushed the buttons and had the majority vote of the board members to convince Arthur
to get Raheem
not to
Morris.
let Bill Belichick in him
Yeah, him
and
and Bill
have Raheem Morris because
Belichick.
they could control him.
See, and see, here's the thing: Bill Belichick and Rich McKay don't get along. Everybody know that. He said
Bill Belichick would get it done at all costs.
Jesse James said that's why I communicate with y'all. I know I'll send y'all stuff, Mr. White, but I know you're seeing how folk get by just off looking the part. How does coach get credit for 2018? They looked the what? Damn. My mind's all over the place.
Hold on. Let me
Well,
see.
like I said, there were some players on that team
Mm-hmm.
that spoke about the second half of that year after Quinn got fired and him and Raheem were listed the ones that had taken over the defensive duties. But there were some players that was on that team on that defense
Hey,
that said that Albrecht was at the helm of that when they were successful on defense.
Coach trying to get in, OG.
I see.
He said the link in the group chat for
I
me.
did. I did send him a link.
Oh.
Check your box, coach. I sent you the link the moment you made that comment.
Corey said week 68 is usually when teams make significant changes. Damn.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
Corey said week 68 is usually when teams make significant changes.
Yeah.
About week 6 to 8 is
So you
what your
don't think?
team is.
Let me tell y'all something. Y'all don't think Terry thinking in his mind that he think that Jeff Over can be his guy soon? I'm just saying.
We don't know. Like I said, the thing about it, everything is going to be dictated based on how the Falcons play in 2025.
Yep.
Everything's gonna be dictated on that. If they, like you said, if the Falcons improve,
Yeah.
or let's just say they get to play, Raheem Morris's job is going to be safe.
Right.
But I think what's going to end up, but like I said, I think what it is,
The
because
mask.
if you look at the mannerisms of the press conferences from year one to year two,
Totally different.
it's totally different because, like I said, this is a serious thing.
So he know that on the sideline he can't be smiling and cheese and all that no more.
The thing is, he's going, like you said, he's got to have the experience. He got to have some type of experienced guy on his staff that could challenge him.
Yep. Coach said that's the wrong link.
But like I said, Raheem Morris's job will be safe beyond this year. It's just solely dependent on how they do this year.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're going because like you said, they'll do it. Like I said, it's one thing if he would have came into a situation where this was like one of the worst teams in the NFL.
Yeah. Kind of like
It, it
how the
Arthur Smith
Patriots.
was.
I'm about
Kind
to
of like how Arthur Smith was. If
yeah.
you came in with a situation where you had one of the worst teams in the NFL,
Yeah.
like I said, he wouldn't be getting flack like that because it's like, okay, yeah, I understand you got to build it from here. The reason why he's getting a lot of the criticism is because he came into a situation where a team that was already playoff ready,
Mm-hmm.
playoff made team, well, somewhat playoff made team, a team that was ready to take the next step and they didn't take the next step.
Right.
and that's really where a lot of the concerns is when it comes to 'em. Like you said, they made the play. Like you said, if they looking at the playoffs
Yeah.
and him being the head coach, like you said, he'll be fine. His job will be fine. He'll be fine. All that stuff. But if you go through a spurt where now it's coming down in the question, now that's where that noose start getting real tight. That
Mm-hmm.
that that when that's when your ass gets so tight you squeeze a coal and shit a diamond. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I tell you.
because what it is people look at this team as a team that's ready to make playoffs, a team that's ready to win the division,
Right.
and that's all it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There he is.
What's going on?
What's up, sir?
What up, Coach?
Nothing much, man. I hear y'all talking about that Raheem.
He like, yeah, nigga,
Yeah.
I know.
Now,
But
I have a different opinion. Like I
Yes,
said,
sir.
I see things different than because I coach. So that's why I see things different.
Yeah.
A head coach is a manager, a player gatherer, somebody who's going to get your team riled up, right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You right. Right.
What happened last year,
Mm-hmm.
it should not have happened. You're right. Everybody, he made a lot of mistakes. But as far as him not being a good coach or something, he gathered men. He make men who wants to play for him. Once you can do that, you would consider a good coach. Because you got guys that want to play for this guy who would trade their whatever to come play with him.
Yeah.
Money talks. So as his point, he builds men. That's what he does. I hate to say it, that's what he do. He builds men.
Okay.
And you got, like I said, mistakes. Yeah, that's a lot of things happen the first year head coach. Y'all got to realize Raheem only been at DC twice in this time.
Yeah.
He ain't really had a lot of experience at the DC head coach. He had his first year with Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
You know, that was a shit show when he took over that. So last year we had a team, but we brought in some shit for defense. I hate to say it. We brought in shit for defense. So we put it on Raheem. We had old ass men playing out there last year who couldn't perform the way they need to perform with these young cats. He didn't use his young people. That was a big mistake. You got to play those young boys when they're hungry. That was a mistake he made last year. So he did make some mistakes, but I'm not going to say he's not a good head coach because we really haven't seen it. We haven't seen it. He really haven't had this year he has no excuses.
Nope.
There's no excuse this year. Last year, go ahead, sir.
No, I was gonna say that's what I was gonna say is that's pretty much what the consensus of the talking point is like you said, the thing about it is I say for myself, I'm looking at the team expectations.
Exactly.
Right.
And the problem was when he came in, where he messed up. I'm gonna say this where he messed up at was he came in with an arrogance as if they were gonna win already.
That was his problem right there.
And like you said, the fact that they didn't do it is the reason why he gets a lot of getting a lot of the flack.
It rubbed people the wrong way. What he did. Yeah, you're right. You're right. He was too arrogant. He was arrogant.
And the thing about it is, I ain't got an issue with the arrogance.
Right.
But the thing about it is when it comes down to those mistakes that you said that
he made mistakes.
Was last year,
a lot of mistakes.
Those are the ones that cost them from being a playoff contender to not making the playoffs.
There's nothing wrong with being confident, but you have to also be confident enough to make the tough decisions, make the tough choices, especially in high intensity situations, which he failed to do on last season. He left us hanging out high and dry on some situations, and you're not going to be able to convince me that you didn't know Kirk Cancer Cousins was hurt.
He knew, but this is I always say this right here.
Yeah.
That's why they changed their whole department of that medical thing this year. They changed all that shit this year.
Yeah, I noticed that.
They changed all of that.
Some heads roll,
Exactly.
which tell me you guys withheld information. You
Exactly.
you didn't put stuff in on specific documents that would have forewarned or even, I mean, but even with that, coach, as the head coach, you had to see the same thing that we saw in that game after the game following the same game. It shouldn't have took you 3 more games to change.
Right.
That was a big mistake. However, what he did this year, he didn't let Jalen take his head with that bad hamstring, did he?
Yeah.
So you learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
And what he's doing right now, he's right and wrong. That's what he's doing this year.
So, which is true. I mean, because Braden Trice is the key example of that. Yes. They are handling him the entire correct way.
Yes. And don't forget this too, Coach. He did say he don't play a little bit of Pierce in the preseason though.
Yeah, little Pierce and little Jalen supposed to. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Like I say, he wasn't my first choice.
No,
but he's here.
Yeah,
so that's my thing. We don't make those decisions. The top brands make those decisions. So, like I said, one thing Raheem does do, he does bring men together.
Hey, OG, let me ask you this: who was your first choice if it wasn't Belichick?
It was Belichick.
What about you, Coach? What about you, Coach?
I didn't know. I like Belichick, but then I knew that it wouldn't work in Atlanta. I didn't think it would work in Atlanta.
I'm gonna tell you who my two choices was. It was Steve Wilkes and Aaron Glenn.
Now Aaron Glenn, he's gonna be terrible in the Jets. I hate to say that. I hate to say that. I think he's gonna be terrible with the Jets.
Aaron Glenn is what, Tennessee?
No, he was the Jets.
He was the Jets.
Yeah. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
You see what I'm saying?
Justin Fields, he about to get Justin Fields. Justin Fields about to get him some migraine.
Look, and see, I'm gonna debunk a narrative that is on me about Justin Fields. Yeah, it's not that I don't like him.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's the same thing with that other guy in Baltimore. You people, it's not that I don't like these guys, but I call the shit the way I fucking see it.
And you stand on it, right?
Okay, I call it the way I damn see it. When you are on your own 45 and your number one receiver is standing in the back of the damn end zone doing jumping jacks, and you turn and run to a sack, you can't explain that shit.
So my question is this: Why is everybody hyping the Jets up like they don't do something? I don't get it.
Now, I'm back on record because I called it. I said the perfect situation.
They win if they score.
Was Justin Fields for the Jets. Now, can he get it? Can he do it? Can he actually be a bona fide quarterback in this league in New York? I mean, because this is third time's the charm.
This might be his last ride, man.
Okay, yeah, this is.
This is his last ride. You don't get it. This is a wrap.
This is. I mean, this is what you're going on year 5, right?
Yep.
This is year 4 or 5.
Year 4.
Okay. Something got to click.
Yep.
Something got to click. Something has to click.
Well, if you look at how the contract is structured in New York, this really is his last chance, because the thing about it is the way that they have it set up is, he's getting all his money up front, but if it doesn't pan out,
they can let it there and walk.
Boom, you gone, and I can look for something else.
Yeah. I don't know if a lot of you guys have been, paying attention. What's been the topic of conversation on my channel of the last 48 hours.
Lord.
Look,
Oh yeah.
Lord.
I'm look.
Kev, you know what he say?
Lord.
OG.
The window of opportunity. It has been 8 years, people.
Yep.
It has
Here
been
we go.
8 years.
Yep.
Okay, here's two things that have came out this boy's mouth over this offseason. Okay,
Yep.
all right. One was, well, I'm just getting started. Niggas been 8 years. 8 years. What do you mean you just getting started? You can't even get out the starting gate.
Right. That was the most ignorant statement I ever heard.
Okay, and then how do you live and play in a cold weather city and sit up and go on the whole 5 to 10 minute tangent about losing cold weather games? I don't get that.
He has the wrong chapstick.
Yeah, that is. I have been on this since 2020.
Yeah.
When y'all were crying about bringing him here for three number one first round picks and paying this motherfucker. I've been on this.
Yeah.
Okay. He is an imposter at quarterback. I don't care. You can't change my mind on that. He is an imposter. I hate it for him because I was a fan of him at Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't develop him to.
But exactly. From the moment he was drafted to his third year in the league, he has not progressed as a quarterback.
Nope.
All right. Oh. The mere fact that they brought a damn college football coordinator, the two-time defending champion Georgia Bulldog coordinator in here, and he had to swipe off 78 plays out of his playbook in order for this son of a bitch to goddamn be successful. Let that sink in.
They should have just went on the draft to Stetson Bennett.
What?
Look, okay.
Well, Mike,
yeah, okay. He had 40 plus touchdowns. He had 40 plus touchdowns and under 5 interceptions because they ran the ball 46% of the time in Baltimore. And he don't throw anything. Got them 10 yards past the line of fucking scrimmage.
OG.
Well,
name a player that he has made better outside of Mark Andrews. I'll wait.
No.
What?
I will wait. Understand something. I want him to be a quarterback, not a fucking gimmick. Okay? And him breaking Michael Vick's record for rushing yards. Okay, we're talking about quarterback stuff.
Thank you.
All right? You hate all you want to. Josh Allen did more with less over there in Baltimore. That's why he won the MVP. Please shut the fuck up with that bullshit on my goddamn channel. All right? Don't throw the goddamn race card at me. Because you take Josh Allen off the Bills, they don't make the playoffs. You lose Lamar Jackson off the goddamn Ravens, and with that run game and that defense, they still make the playoffs. Hell, they probably do beat Buffalo in that damn game. Mm-hmm. He is not it as a quarterback in the National Football League. He is not. 3 and 5. What part of that are gonna let y'all motherfuckers understand? He is not it. He can't win the big game. He can't read defense. He cannot get it done in crunch time. The same shit y'all said about Matt Ryan. But yet y'all blame everybody fucking else on that goddamn team except for him. How many more top 10, top 8, top 5, top 6, top 3, top 2 defenses got to go to waste before y'all realize he is the common denominator as why Baltimore cannot win?
Well, I can't say this. Based on the throwing percentage.
Yeah.
Versus rushing. The Baltimore Ravens last year were second in rushing attempts with 554. and they were 31st in the league with 477 pass attempts.
So what you're saying is, if you take Lamar Jackson off the Ravens, that's still a better team, right?
Could be.
He would take down Charlie on steroids in the goddamn regular season. He's Ryan Leaf in the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
No lies. So Mark Andrews ain't dropped that 2-point conversion. Tyrell, really?
Well, I give you that and raise you 2 goddamn turnovers in each one of the 5 losses the Ravens got over the last goddamn 8 seasons.
So, Tyrell, I know you're not blaming Mark Andrews for that loss.
Wait, man, I even go one goddamn better. Lamar Jackson is the reason why Mark Vrabel got a goddamn head coaching job in the NFL right now. Let that sink in. 3 number 1 seed, 4 losses at home, but y'all out here want to put this motherfucker on the pedestal like he's the God's gift to playing quarterback in the NFL doing a bad Barry Sanders impression.
Hey, Kev.
Yo.
Didn't you say they kept calling him the chosen one?
He is the chosen one.
Mm-hmm.
He's the golden child.
He's the golden child.
Repeat that.
How is he the golden child when he ain't did nothing that the golden child has done? I.e. Patrick Mahomes over there in goddamn Kansas City. How is he the golden child when he ain't done golden child things?
Oh, gee. Tyrell said, repeat that real quick.
Repeat what?
I don't know what the hell he talking about. He said, repeat that real quick.
Mm.
He mustn't understand what you're saying.
That was no. He don't. No, don't repeat
it. No, ain't got to. The numbers speak for itself. 2 turnovers in each one of the 5 losses that they got.
Just what does that say
about Ravens organization?
Yeah, he got. He tried. He tried to record something.
I know what he doing. This person said, "What does that say about the Ravens organization?"
The Ravens organization. That means that if this season end like the previous goddamn 8, that Harbaugh and goddamn Lamar AAU Jackson, we'll be looking for new addresses.
And you called Lamar Jackson Herschel Walker 2.0.
Have you heard him talk?
The Baltimore Ravens organization is what you want your organization to be built on, and that's running the football and defense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been the same formula for that team for over 20 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
So nothing has really changed.
They got 2 Super Bowls.
The 49ers, the Eagles, and the Ravens are built the same. Then Brock Purdy has been to a Super Bowl. But come on now, what are we talking about?
So you tell me
49ers, the Eagles, and the Ravens are built the fucking same. Let that sink in.
Whoa, hold on, bro. You know what? I'm not gonna answer that shit. Oh my God, man. Y'all see the comment?
Terrell, I appreciate your opinion, but just like an asshole, everyone got one, and I understand you got your pom-poms out for, you know what I'm saying, the take more bold body. You know, it is what it is.
So you said the NFC and the AFC different. Chill out, pimp. See, we know
that
has
that right there. Well, I would say about a comment like that actually makes your argument that much weaker. He said he's a Viking fan.
What you know what?
No, he ain't no damn Viking fan, nigga.
Viking fan, he ain't no He's a Lamar Jackson Ravens fan. He ain't
I think that's y'all boy.
You think that's him?
Yeah.
That could be. The reality of that conversation, I'm gonna say this again with Lamar Jackson. I'm tired of saying the same shit every single time.
Yep.
If you want people to stop having criticisms about Lamar Jackson, he's got to get it done. The thing about it is, you can talk about Mark Andrews all you want. Sam, can I say it for the people? Can I say it one more time for the people?
Say it.
We judge all quarterbacks based on what y'all call the Matt Ryan standard.
Yep. And
if you've been paying attention, if you've seen a lot of the back and forth on my channel, look, when you apply to what y'all, the standards that y'all had for Matt Ryan, you apply that to Lamar Jackson. He does not. He doesn't stand up. He doesn't measure up.
The standard goes for Josh Allen. The standard goes for Joe Burrow as well.
the NFC.
Y'all out here stinking and mad, but Josh Allen did more with less in Buffalo. That's why he won the MVP. You take Josh Allen off the Bills, they don't make the playoffs. You take Lamar Jackson off the Ravens still make the playoff with that run game and that damn defense. Stop playing.
Mark Andrews lost the Bills.
Coach, let me ask you a question. Okay, since we've already kind of established that the Ravens, the 49ers, and the Eagles are kind of built the same, would you kind of agree to that in a way?
I can, yes.
All right, so the second part of this question is when it pertains to Lamar Jackson. Do you think that Jalen Hurts beating Kansas City, did the Philadelphia Eagles whooping Kansas City's ass in the Super Bowl like they did, actually kind of hurt Lamar Jackson a little bit more in the public eye as far as expectations to win?
It depends on who the people are, but yeah, you want, if you want Lamar to be that guy, he needs to win. Simple as that. Jalen Hurts, think about this. Jalen Hurts, when his first 2 years, they was trying to get rid of that cat.
Yep.
They was trying to get rid of him.
Yep.
But he worked and learned how to push tush. So and it worked for him.
Right.
But here we go. We go
with the bush.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Somebody don't
woke him up.
Somebody don't like the Matt Ryan standard.
Mm-hmm. Now, Tyrell, not the best. No, I'm not a Bills fan. I'm ATL bred, cornbread fed, got them Fulton County Zone 4, 2, and 3, motherfucker. Now I'm ATL. I'm not up that way, but I'm a football fan, so I look out and all around. All right.
Hold on. So let me ask Tyrell a question.
You can type that fast without the guy who always.
Hold on. Let me ask Tyrell a question. So would you say that Derrick Henry? You say James Cook is better than Derrick Henry? Let me ask everybody here. Do you think that James Cook is a better running back than Derrick Henry?
Not Dalvin Cook, James Cook.
James Cook, I mean, yeah. My bad.
I'm saying that. That's what you did say, James. I'm just saying he's not his brother.
Okay. So would you say that Mark Andrews is better than Dawson Knox?
Yes.
Would you say Isaiah Likely is better than Dawson Knox?
Dalton Schultz. They got two core tight ends there too.
Yeah. Now, and remember, to add into the fact that in that situation in Buffalo, the two starting receivers got hurt in that season.
Would you take Zay Flowers or Keon Coleman?
That's a tough one. But established, I would take Zay Flowers.
Yeah.
Because he's been there long. But yeah.
Would you take Rashad Bateman or Khalil Shakur?
I'll take Bateman. Shakur. He's more like, he's not the biggest guy, but he's not going to beat you.
Would you take the Baltimore Ravens? Would you take the Baltimore Ravens offensive line or the Buffalo Bills offensive line?
That's a draw.
Hey,
They
hey,
both got decent
hey.
radio.
To a certain degree, we could add the Bills to that, you know what I'm saying? Eagles, Raven, 49er built the same mix.
But that defense is up and down.
The defense ain't the same.
The truth, and that's true, and that's true, and that's true. That's what makes my whole point about Josh Allen. He did more with less.
Yep. Now he asked, "What's the question, pal?"
Now, man, Mike, I kind of know the reason why you popped in here. I know you probably was listening a little bit. Unload that AK.
Unload the AK.
No, I might put it in somebody's eye. I don't think I want to do that.
So, like I said, so we've established that everybody would take Derrick Henry over James Cook. Am I correct?
Correct.
We've established the fact that we would take Zay Flowers over Keon Coleman. Am I correct?
Yes.
We've established the fact that we would take Mark Andrews over Dawson Knox.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
We would establish the fact that we would take Isaiah Likely. I don't even know who the hell the tight end two is on that damn team.
We would take Likely over both of Buffalo's tight ends.
Kincaid's the other guy.
Kincaid, Dalton Kincaid. What do you say? Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah.
So we'll take Isaiah.
And he's good.
Yeah. They're both pretty decent.
We've established that we would take the Baltimore Ravens offensive line over Buffalo's offensive line. Am I correct?
Coach called it a draw.
That's a draw.
Okay. So are you taking the Baltimore Ravens defense or the Buffalo Bills defense?
Baltimore.
So I rest my case on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on, man. Reality is reality.
It ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. When you stupid, when you lead with your emotions, you end up saying dumb stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. You said that, Mike, so do I need to read off one of the amendments for the show? Okay. So I'm glad you said that. So Tyrell has violated amendment number 9. Common sense is a crime. Emotions are law. And hold on, what was the other? Hold on.
Yeah,
I got a whole bunch of stuff.
That man said you said a whole lot of nothing.
No, that's what happened when you stupid. You
same guy. Y'all know it's the same guy, right?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But he said we saying a whole bunch of nothing. That's what he said.
He said all of what you just said was a whole lot of nothing, which means he didn't want to answer the question because the questions debunk his narrative of what he's trying to push.
So let's see. So that means let's see. Truth equals hate. That's law number 6.
Shake my head.
And that same person he hit one of them Matt Ryan rules too early on up in one of his comments. So you can add that one in too.
Okay, so and he violated law number 10 was thou shalt not call stupid while being stupid.
What the question is. That's what was the question?
He heard the question because he been listening the whole time. The problem is
you just stupid.
In this case, in this case, what it is he has something that he can't defend. So hold on. So that goes back to another law he just broke. Wait a minute. Let's go back.
Put them in jail.
He just
Yeah.
You just
Yeah,
break.
let me see. Let's see. Where is it? Where? We are entitled. Hold on. No. Mike and associates must find a fuck to give for our feelings.
What the hell?
But the thing is, the reason why I asked that
Boy, you
because
don't know when to stop responding, do you?
because the thing about it is who really had the better team. We've literally just listed down 7, 8 different position players and positions, and 90% of them, y'all said y'all would take the Baltimore Ravens over the Buffalo Bills.
Right.
So the question is, who had the better team?
Wait, look. He makes Mike's whole point. Saying that you asked me who I'm picking. What that got to do with Lamar Jackson? It points out the fact that Lamar Jackson is the reason why Baltimore can't win. That's what it has to do with it.
He's just playing
The,
stupid.
If Baltimore got the
the,
better fucking team and they lose,
wow. Look at him.
and your guy turned the ball over 2 times
This dude type
in
fast.
crunch time, come on, bro.
OG,
Come on.
OG,
the, pro- the problem is they're trying to redefine what the Baltimore Ravens is.
They're doing what I said earlier in one of my shorts on this food. They want to point the finger and blame everyone else except the common denominator. Why Baltimore has a 3-5 playoff record over the last 8 years.
What you mean?
See
Quit
the thing.
answer my question.
See the thing. See the thing is you can't, like you said, you can't give him 100% credit for the reason why they win, but then turn around and give him 0% for the reason why they lose.
Yeah, because he gives them they want to talk about the 40 plus touchdowns he had in the regular season, but then they want to blame everybody else on the team for the results in the postseason.
I'm off for the say
So
better stop yelling at.
so regardless on how you feel, like you said, since you put him in the elite category, it ain't nobody's fault but his. It's the same thing I say about Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow failed the Cincinnati Bengals last year. He failed them.
But the
Josh
point is,
Allen,
what have Lamar ever won?
Nothing.
he hasn't won anything.
So
But
why?
but that's the
Won the
thing.
Heisman. Seen a lot of Heisman trophies when they do shit.
So why you keep saying quit yelling? Answer my question. Like what are you doing?
You're not even asking a question. You're sitting here trying to deflect. You didn't even answer the
He's trying
question.
to deflect and tell
He trying
y'all.
to he trying to deflect.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mark
hold on, wait a minute.
Andrews he made 2 mistakes in the entire game. Okay, all right. So what happened to all the 60
What does
plus
Joe Burrow
plays?
and
Wait,
y'all
wait,
got?
wait, 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 wait.
Go ahead.
What happened to the 60 plus plays that Lamar Jackson had the ball in his hands? If he's a quarterback, let's just
Mhm.
say Andrew screwed up 2 times in the whole game. Is 2 plays out of 60 something plays enough for you to lose a game?
Mhm.
Because that's what you're saying. The other 60 don't count. Only the 2 plays that Mark Andrew failed or made a mistake in, the fumble and the drop pass. Those the only 2 that you focusing on. So if he's a great player, 2 plays wouldn't be the deciding factor of a win or a loss.
Mhm. Cause let me tell you something about that game against Buffalo.
Uh huh.
Buffalo had no reason to win that game.
Nope.
They
Oh,
had
see, you see what he
no.
said. That's what he want.
Buffalo had
That-
no reason to win that game.
That's all
That
it
was
is, right there. He don't care about nothing else. All they want to say is everybody else messed up. You want
Yeah,
to focus on 2 plays. You want to focus on 2 plays of a
hmm
whole 60, 70 play. game on both sides. So it's like
Well, I mean,
What,
you know, but
like you said,
he don't want to talk about the 5 straight possessions where Lamar Jackson couldn't make a play, and there was 3 and out and 3 and out and a 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 3 and out.
This motherfucker just said everything had defining moments. That ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about.
yeah, those defining moments have
he like I
existing
said,
moments.
he's deflecting from the fact that his guy hasn't got it done.
Joe Burrow and Josh Allen, Pimp, what the fuck have they won? That ain't got. See, here you go.
See, there you go. So they won the same amount of Super Bowls as your guy won.
So what are we? What are you talking
What the
about,
fuck
bro?
are we talking about?
One of them did go to a Super Bowl though.
One on
Yeah, Joe
big.
Burrow. Yeah, Joe Burrow did at least go to a Super Bowl.
Y'all eating
But
them
that,
up
but
so much. Man, you know what? I'm done.
but that's what I'm talking about. But right here is the example of what I'm talking about. See, they don't have an issue with you talking about any other quarterback not going to a
Yeah.
Super Bowl. They only have an issue when you bring up the fact that he hasn't got it done, which
Mm-hmm.
which which is basically the main point that we've been talking about this whole time is y'all problem y'all problem with people talking about Lamar Jackson is because he is your God. And the fact that your God hasn't got it done, you're feeling some type of way about it.
Yep.
Mr. Irrelevant was closer to getting it done. Hey, Big Cock Brock Purdy has
You know
been to
what?
the Super Bowl.
No. We can't talk about the God.
So you said so now you said Lamar not your guy, but we uplifting Josh Allen and Burrow. See?
Uh, uh,
No, trust me, he is his God because the thing about it is you just literally trashed all other quarterbacks for not making a Super Bowl, but then got in your feelings because the same criteria was held to your guy and you
What,
didn't like it.
bro? What
That's
the
your
hell
guy.
does JJ McCarthy have to do with anything about Lamar Jackson?
He's saying,
Well, hold on. Let
he's
me
saying
get
Go,
this.
go ahead, go ahead, Mike. Go
go
ahead, Mike.
ahead, Mike.
Hold on. Let me get this. First of all, sir, let me educate you some. I want you to put your brain on the table so I can dissect it. Okay.
Probably got a
Um.
brain.
So the statement in itself, you say that you're trying to put, uh, you're putting, you're trying to uplift Josh Allen and Burrow. Well, let me start by saying by Burrow. One, Burrow went to a Super Bowl. I believe it was in his first or second year. All right, as a quarterback.
second year.
That's one. Okay, two. He's thrown for 4,500 yards, almost three times in a row. That's two things. The third thing is he's arguably one of the best pure passers in the league. That's four. I don't think anybody can deny that. So why wouldn't I put him on the pedestal? You look at Josh
Hold on.
Allen. I got hold on. Josh Allen. You see how he's performed as a rookie. Didn't get off to a particularly good start like somebody else. I know that quarterback. He played for the Baltimore Ravens. Similar start to their NFL season, but we're not going to talk about that. And around his third or fourth year, Josh Allen, he figured it out. He picked it up, and ever since he's been on elite gameplay, just playmaker. He's been an elite playmaker. But then you turn around and say what Lamar has done. Well, Lamar has done exactly what he's always done since he got in the league, and that's run. He's been one of the most consistent runners at the quarterback position in the league. You can argue whether or not he's the best running quarterback, but you can't put him in the same category you put these guys in because he hasn't been a consistent passer. So this is not us trying to uplift him. Lamar hasn't uplifted himself. So you can't blame this on us. the numbers speak for itself. The consistency speaks for itself. The inconsistency speaks for itself. This is not a matter of we are trying to do anything. Both of those guys we just named, they've elevated their game and they continue to do so.
This nigga done said the same shit about 4 fucking times.
So let me ask him this question.
Typing. What the fuck?
This one.
No. Let me ask him this question. So, do you think if you take away Lamar Jackson's running ability, let's take away his running ability and his running stats, do you believe that he's one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL without the running stats?
We're not gonna answer that.
No.
No. This is not to demean anything, but I'm just asking this question because I think what it comes down to. See, a lot of people are more in love with the fact that he runs the football more than him being an actual quarterback.
They want to relive back in the Michael Vick days. That's what they want to see.
Yeah,
that's the NFL in general. They want to relive.
They don't realize, Coach. They don't realize he only has about 6 or 7,000 yards rushing. It's not like he has 10 to 15,000. So the fact of the matter is, you're looking at a position that typically doesn't care about passing or rushing yards from a passing position. So let's just say you look at let the numbers speak for itself. Well, the number do speak for itself. He only has he has 27. He plays. He had 27,000 passing yards, and you add another 6 to 7,000 to that 34. That's still not Hall of Fame work right there. And we're talking about guys like Moon. There's a lot of guys that didn't play a long time outside of 8 to 10 years in the league, and they further along. They damn near doubled the passing numbers that he has. Some of them have tripled it.
Man, about
so let me ask something.
But numbers, you only talking about a specific type of numbers.
So let me ask him this question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you disqualify Warren Moon, Steve McNair, and all the other quarterbacks from being good because they didn't run the ball as much? So Tyrell, that's my question to you. Do you disqualify any quarterback that doesn't run the ball for more than 800 yards in the season?
Yeah, that fantasy football, mad microwave mindset.
So what it sounds like to me is you disqualify anybody that doesn't run the ball like him.
I can't deal with this dude, man.
Yeah, that dude retarded. All right,
I'm done. My head hurt now.
That man said Kirk Cousins, his dog. That's all I need to know.
Hey, all right, man.
He a Vikings fan.
That man been eating crayons, man.
Look, this has been a wonderful start to Monday. It's going on with shit 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours, yeah.
Okay.
The logo.
Most of it do because I wanted to give Kev and Coach a chance to get in here. I appreciate the senator for gracing us with his presence. It's always a good thing. So hey man, look, it's to jump off to the week. Everybody, give your final thoughts and and let them know what you're gonna be doing and how this week gonna turn out leading up to the Friday we go to Detroit.
That man said, yeah. That man a Viking fan was a Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson.
That motherfucker's a Viking fan, but talked more Lamar Jackson than he did anybody Vikings. That's interesting.
Wow. Anyway.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm just Coach Unchained, man. Friday night, I may be doing a live feed, but it depends on what time I get open. If not, you'll see me Saturday morning. So that's how we at it.
All right. Yeah. I'll say Thursday for the convo. We're combined in the combo with the ATL Sports in game on Thursday to preview preseason football for Friday. So, like you said, man, if Coach is doing a live show on
That
the
may be,
preseason game,
may not be.
he may not be, but if he is, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and tune in to him.
But I may do a post game show though.
Okay.
That's a possibility.
Well, I may jump on with you, coach.
Okay, sounds good.
For Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah,
What
Friday
time?
gonna be.
What time the show starts, Kev?
We probably go on about
Hey,
six our time.
okay, so 3
Probably
o'clock.
might push it either between 6 or 7. I'll let you know.
All right.
Well, your Friday is definitely going to be full. You're going to get your full slate because there will be a Falcon Friday afternoon madness. Right. Matter of fact, the normal time would be just before game time. So, I
Actually,
mean,
it's a post game. Yeah, you do that. I do post game. That's fine.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
that'll work.
that there you have it.
Yeah.
And well, um, are we doing a halftime show for the first preseason game?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, yeah, all right, there you have it. You get the afternoon madness. You're gonna get a halftime show. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get a post game show at a coach. So y'all Friday is set for the for the goddamn first preseason game of the year. Everything's covered. Um, that you
Yeah, that'll work.
Weekend Wednesday Sports T, normal time, Wednesday, 5 o'clock. Gonna be talking a little bit about the Hawks, a little bit about the Braves. Hopefully, Miss K Styles will be there to give that report. Um, give another
Braves.
NFL, all around the league report on the T. That's what's going to be coming from Miss White Network and Sports T Network. Um, Look, again, we can't do this without y'all, man. I appreciate you. Love you for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe. Man, my sports, man, my network, Coach Unchained, 6-man K Styles. You know, the youngin is always with me. So is the franchise. You know what I'm saying? You got them the tactician, the whole crew. Unholy Alliance. We got you covered for the week, man. Anybody got anything else?
Stop dick riding Lamar Jackson. That's all I gotta
This
say.
dude is typing too much for me.
That's all I gotta say right there.
That man would not let it go with it. Good gosh, your man.
I think he had a talk text.
My father been crying for the last 35 minutes.
No, the last 48 hours.
Lord have mercy.
48 hours.
Look, the Lamar Jackson stands are in full protest. They are in full Mike, go look at my channel.
Boy, I tell you.
Go look at my channel. And listen,
I'm
there
not
are some
surprised.
people that have been
I'm not
defending Lamar
surprised.
Jackson that have not went to sleep for defending him. Okay?
That
I
motherfucker been leaving messages at 3:30 in the morning.
look, man, bruh. Look. They are in defense of their deity.
Good God.
Strong defense. So much so they brought Matt Ryan into the conversation. I'm just saying, it is all kinds of sad. I mean, I'm borderline finna start sneaking up on some folk that it is so bad. Bruh, look, the non-commit to dealing with reality of Lamar Jackson. These damn Lamar Jackson stands are mad. You understand me? I'm talking about thong tied around their clip mad.
Bro, what the hell are you bringing up Michael Pennis in the conversation for? Michael Pennis ain't got nothing to do with this.
He said what?
Ladies and gentlemen,
You know what?
the Unholy Alliance.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Appreciate
He said
y'all for
what?
tuning in. Hey, thank you, Coach.
Like,
Six
what
man,
is this dude talking about? This dude,
ball
boy.
man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for coming on. Look, hey, we got to keep it dirty. We got to keep it A, and most notably, keep it real with yourself. Let your next choice be your best choice. For the Unholy Alliance, we out.
Bye.
What's up?